peace. I must find the last dragon.
Hey everyone, Mr. DVB here, and in today's video, I'm going to be bringing you all a review for Raya and the Last Dragon, which is the newest film from Walt Disney Animation. I think this is their first film that they've done since Frozen 2, which was a little over a year and a half ago, so it's been a while. I was not a fan of Frozen 2. I thought that was a pretty average film. I gave it a 6 when I reviewed it with my friend Bryn. Raya and the Last Dragon, on the other hand, I enjoyed this movie. I'll start off with the premise first. It takes place in an alternate version of Earth known as Kumandra, where many years ago, dragons saved the Earth from an army of beasts that turn people to stone. Nowadays, there's like one dragon that remains, and the stone creatures return to Earth, or I guess Kumandra, leading to a young woman who is named Raya to set out on a journey, locate the last dragon, and save the world from its terrible fate. Pretty straightforward premise. This movie didn't have any surprises or twists. It was a pretty by-the-numbers film, I thought, but I enjoyed it for the most part. I guess first thing to start off with pros. I mean, this is kind of true of any Disney film you really review if it's an animated one, but the visuals are obviously great. I mean, the animation here is gorgeous. The movie looks fantastic. They continue to wow me every single time they do a movie. I still think Pixar is the best animation in general. I wouldn't say this is quite as good as Soul animation-wise, but it still looked great. Those are also, they're both very different films. This is kind of a, more so, not, I was going to say medieval. It's not at all medieval, but, a kind of fantasy-esque look to it, whereas Soul was way more realistic, and it was set in New York and stuff. So completely different settings, but I do think that the animation in this movie is obviously gorgeous. I really liked the world building here. I thought was pretty good. A lot of the locations were pretty, unique, and I liked how different they were from each other, down to, just the colors that was used and even the people that walk around. So that was kind of an aspect that I liked, just seeing these different locations. The world building, like I said, was really cool, and a lot of those locations were quite visually capturing. Voice acting here is good across the board. I didn't have any complaints in that way. The lead character, Raya, is played by Kelly Marie Tran, who you guys may know as Rose from Star Wars. I thought she was good in this movie. I didn't really care for any of the characters. That's one thing I find with most Disney animated films, not counting Pixar, but, just ones like Frozen, Wreck-It Ralph, those kind of things. I find they don't really have the emotional depth that Pixar does at all. I mean, this movie, for me, I didn't really care for any of the characters, like I said. The journey they go on, what the story was about, I thought was pretty straightforward, and there was nothing really special there, but, so I wouldn't really say any of the characters stood out to me. They were all fine. Nothing special in that sense. But I still, enjoyed the movie for the most part. The action scenes were well done. They were, well animated. There was some cool, I don't know if you want to call it choreography, considering it's literally just animated, but there were some cool sequences action-wise that I did enjoy. As far as cons go, like I already kind of touched into the fact that the characters for me didn't really have a ton of depth, and there just wasn't really any emotional connection to the movie, so I didn't really entirely care for what was going on. There are these two characters, the protagonist and the antagonist. I do not know the name of the antagonist. But, there's supposed to be, like, some history between them, so whenever they're on screen together, there's a lot of tension, and I didn't really feel like that backstory was explored enough. There is a scene that shows what happened, but I just didn't really feel like there was enough there. There could have been a bit more depth in that sense, but it's a kid's movie, I guess. I don't know. For me personally, I felt like it was kind of lacking there. And the humor. This is the last thing I really want to talk about as an issue. I did not find this movie very funny, and I find a lot of Disney/Pixar films too have pretty darn good humor. Obviously, sometimes there's more kiddie jokes that don't work for me, but usually there's a lot of stuff in there that adults and older people can find funny, and I just thought that this movie was really lacking in that department. There was one character, this little baby, that I thought was kind of funny, but besides that, I thought most of the humor was honestly just annoying. I was not a fan of the dragon character, to be honest. I thought that, I think the voice actor was Awkwafina. I don't know. I gotta be honest, the character kind of annoyed me. I just didn't like the voice, and I just thought they got annoying after a while with their humor. But, I don't know. So, overall, I thought the movie was enjoyable. I didn't think it was great or anything. It has like a 95 on Rotten Tomatoes right now or something like that. It does seem like it's getting good reception, right? Like, not just from critics, but general audiences. It seems like they're liking the movie. It has some really good reviews. So I'd say I'm like, I'm not in the middle on the movie. I do think it's good. It just doesn't really have anything super special for me besides the animation and the locations, which I thought were pretty cool.
It may feel impossible, but sometimes you just have to take the first step.
So those are my thoughts on Raya and the Lost Dragon. Do I recommend watching it? I would say it's worth a watch. Is it worth watching immediately and paying $35, whatever it is, on Disney Plus? That's up to you guys, to be honest. If this was a movie you're looking forward to, then I would say go for it. But if it was one that you were kind of just in the middle on, you didn't really care about seeing either way, I would just wait for June. They already gave us the date for when it's going to be available for everyone, and it's like June something, so not that long of a wait, honestly. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the movie. I'll see you guys next time. I think the next movie coming out is, I guess, Zack Snyder's Justice League, which comes out, I think, this Friday or this Thursday or something like that. I'm looking forward to that one. I may do a regular review for it, but I'm definitely going to be talking about it on a podcast with my friend Nathan. And then otherwise, I think Kong comes out at the end of the month, Godzilla vs. Kong. So there's some pretty big titles releasing soon, and I look forward to talking about those guys. But yeah, in the meantime, stay subscribed if you are, and if not, subscribe if you want to. If not, I don't really care. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.